Okay, so I know y'all saw the title, and I know what y'all are thinking. Dude, it's been like 2 weeks. You're a little bit late. But better late than never, because this movie freaking delivered. So yes, I was a little bit late making this video. That's just because of Christmas and everything else going on. But in that time, I went and saw this movie twice. Once a couple days after release, and another time a couple days ago. I'm filming this video on January the 1st. Happy New Year, by the way. But let's talk about Sonic. Because this movie did indeed deliver. Everything that you thought it would, it did. It did indeed. Some good, some not as good. Not bad, but not as good. We'll talk about it. So for one, Shadow. Shadow was insane. 2024 was indeed the year of Shadow, and it wrapped it up perfectly with Sonic 3. Keanu Reeves did amazing. From the first line we heard in the trailer, we knew it. I mean, we knew it before, but I mean, after we heard the first line, we were like, yeah, we got it. Yeah, we're good. My only gripe is I wish we could have seen Shadow a little bit more. I couldn't get enough of Shadow. Every fight scene, every scene with him in it was just perfect. It really was. The opening scene set the tone so well. The fight with him and Team Sonic just, It was good. And I guess I have to put a spoiler warning here because some people might not have seen it yet. If you haven't, that's your loss, but oh well, spoiler warning. The Super Sonic versus Shadow fight scene, that was insane and hype as crap. They did it so freaking well. And can we talk about how Sonic punched Shadow to the freaking moon? The freaking moon, bro. What? Especially after they made up and sang Kumbaya and all that, and they powered up, and then Live and Learn started playing. Yeah, hype was real. Wait a minute. Are those freaking Chaos Spirits? How am I just now noticing this? Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, you know, good as well. Kind of seeing the emotional turmoil in Sonic was pretty cool. I would have freaked if we got a Dark Sonic appearance. I don't even care if it made sense. I mean, it kind of did with the kind of storyline they were going, even though he's only made an appearance in Sonic X. I'm pretty sure that's the only time he's made an appearance, but I would have lost my crap. I kid you not. But oh well, maybe next time. I will say something about Knuckles. This is a me thing. I didn't really know how I felt about Knuckles when he was introduced in the second movie. It's not that I didn't like him. I was just like, I'm not really used to this kind of portrayal of Knuckles. But over Sonic 2, the Knuckles series, and Sonic 3, I will say that I have come to like Knuckles. This version of him. The kind of dry humor kind of thing that he brings to the table, I will say after this movie, I have decided that I do like Knuckles. That's just a me thing. I'm just trying to get over myself. Jim Carrey, obviously, was Jim Carrey. You already know. Playing himself twice in the same movie, he had more screen time than anybody else in the movie, which I'm not complaining about. He did great at it, but my only really gripe with that is I just wish we would have had a little more time with Sonic and Friends, or Shadow, more Shadow than anything. Don't cut Jim Carrey out, but just add a little more Shadow in, but that's just, like I said, that's just a me thing. And the plot, you already know, it followed Sonic Adventure 2 pretty well, actually. There was a couple things that they changed up, like the lab was on Earth instead of the Space Colony Ark in the sky, which I didn't really get, but I mean, whatever, that's not like a big deal. I guess it just fit the plot better, I don't know. Another thing that they left out, and I don't know why they did, but was Maria's sickness. Again, I don't know why they changed it. I don't know if it was just more convenient for them or what. And I kind of get why they changed this one, but instead of Maria getting, shot by the soldiers like she did in the original, the soldiers shot something else and it ended up blowing up, and that's what ended up killing her. Which again, isn't a big deal unless you kind of think about it and you're like, Gerald and Shadow are right next to her. I mean, I know why Shadow didn't die. He's the ultimate freaking life form. But Gerald should have been dead too, hypothetically. But I don't know. But it did do the game justice, and I did really enjoy that. Let's talk post-credit scene. What are we thinking about that? Obviously, introduction to Amy, we already knew that was going to happen. It wasn't really a big surprise, but it was still really cool to see. Multiple Metal Sonics, though. I'm kind of wondering where they're going to go with that. A lot of people think they're going to take a Sonic CD route with Sonic number 4. They're going to take a Sonic Heroes route with Sonic 5. Neo Metal Sonic, probably the villain for one of those. Maybe tease at the end of 4, villain of 5. And then possibly Silver introduced in Sonic 6, or in Sonic 5 be the protagonist in Sonic 6. Maybe, something along those lines. And I just want to see Silver, and I just want to see him done right, because Silver is very underrated and overhated, and is actually one of my favorite Sonic characters. So I want to see him done right. And I'm just going to leave this here, but Archie comic Silver is goated. Post-credit scene number 2, you already know, Shadow is coming back. Let's freaking go. I'm hoping it's a movie and not a series, because I feel like a series just won't, I don't know, I feel like they won't take a series as serious. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like a movie would go over way better. Because I know there was rumors of a Knuckles and Shadow series. I just don't know how that would work out. I would like to see the Knuckles season 2 with Team Chaotix though. That would be lit. SBO is one of my favorite characters, and I feel like they could do really good with that. Now, I'm not gonna pretend that this movie didn't have any flaws. There's obviously some flaws with it. It did tend to lean a little more with the goofy, corny side, and kind of all the Sonic movies have. I didn't really expect them to shy away from that too much. It is aimed at kids for the most part, so I didn't really expect too much out of that. There's some things that move the plot forward that's just like, what? One example being when Tom and Maddie go into Gun and they're sitting there at the desk and they're trying to barter with this guy or whatever to let them in, and she just, I'm gonna get nasty. And it's like, that's the best y'all got, like, writing wise. Top secret facility, and just somebody comes in a uniform and tells you they're gonna get nasty.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But besides a couple of little things, they really did deliver with this movie. Getting to see Shadow and Maria's backstory fleshed out on the big screen, it was simply lit. Now, I will say, me personally, I love all the live action, but if anybody watched the Sonic X Shadow Generations, The Dark Beginnings, it's like a 14-minute intro thing series. It's not a series, but it should be a series. That's where I was getting at. This should be a series. I want to keep seeing the live action, but I would love a show done in that style. I love how they did that. Don't get me wrong, I like the live action. I want them to keep doing the live action, but I would love it if they did something with that as a Sonic fan myself. Also, peep the Sonic shirt I wore to the theater both nights. That's freaking lit. And also, while we're here, we might as well talk about the Disney drama. Sonic 3 came out the same day as Mufasa, The Lion King, which is a live-action prequel to the other live-action that came out in like 2018 or whenever it did. The one that started all the other freaking live-action crap. But it came out the same day and everybody's like, ooh, which one's gonna win? Which one's gonna do better? And obviously Sonic 3 did. But Disney has just been lying about everything. The first thing that they did was claim that Mufasa was the #1 movie in the world, which that one actually wasn't a lie, because technically it was. But that's because Sonic didn't release in the US of A. Or it only released in the US of A. It's still not technically out everywhere right now. And that's the only way that they could claim that. And now they're saying it's #1 in America, when it actually, I'm pretty sure it's not. It ain't. It's just a blatant lie. And it's absolutely great, because you can look at comment section for any trailer for Mufasa on Instagram or YouTube or whatever, and everybody's commenting like GIFs of Sonic 3. And Disney is like freaking hiding them. It's kind of wild seeing how just childish they're being, but you know, it's Disney. What else is new? That's what you freaking get for messing with the Ultimate Life Form.